Hello, and welcome to another video. So first I want to say, if you stick around till the end of this video, I actually have a word of encouragement for you. But let's first start off with my self-care. This video is actually the ending of the last video. So I decided to do my toes in my bathroom just because, girl, I was being lazy, but I still wanted to do my toes. So I spoke to you guys about this tool before. Literally makes me feel like I'm giving a salon quality pedicure each time I do my pedicure. Here, my little stubby little toesies, don't say nothing, don't get in trouble. And here is the finished product. So this is the next morning. As you can see, girl, that sweet cream that I made, baby, that sweet cream was bussin', okay? And here it is. I know when I poured it out in the other video, it didn't look like thick. That's because it was still warm. But baby, this sweet cream, honey, it did not disappoint. So like I said, this is actually grocery shopping day. So I'm going to go ahead and take inventory. Now I'm typing it on the notes section of my iPad because it does also mirror in my phone. So I'm just taking, like I said, inventory, seeing what I need, just so I'm not buying, girl, extra stuff. Sometimes I still miss out on things even though I do this, but I just did it because it does save me a little money. So here's breakfast. I like to make breakfast, especially before I go grocery shopping. That way I'm not eating my money in a grocery store, if you know what I mean. Next thing is I actually want to print out this prayer. So I've spoken to you guys about HP Instant Ink. Honey, you see all these papers? I have printed over 100 papers working on my classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that cartridge. I did have to wait for the notification on my phone, but after they sent the notification that said the ink was very low, then I'm able to change it. I still haven't got my colored one in, but that's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this one out and then print out the paper. I know you like Tanzania, girl. What you talking about printing out a prayer? Well, I actually came up with this idea in worship this morning. I actually was like, you know what? I have my phone with me. It's in close proximity. Instead of using it as a distraction, I'm actually going to use it as a tool. It's just easier. I know it's kind of like, you know, it's new. We use a lot of technology. It's easier for me to type something out. And I want to type this out and keep this prayer with me so that I can recite it. It wasn't just like a random prayer, girl. It was very specific. But while I was worshiping and listening to my worship music and praying, I decided to, I prayed this prayer and then the Holy Spirit laid it on my heart to actually print it out and post it. So that's what I'm doing here. After that, I did do Kennedy's nails because, you know, once I do mine, homegirl started getting her nails done. I wanted to show you what I got on because only somebody's mom will leave out the house like this. This reptar shirt, some short, honey, and my mules. Can you see my mules? And we going, okay, we rolling. What? Why would I give you the money to hold? You're doing a lot. Kennedy, we're going to go to the store. If you want to go back home and wait for Daddy to get home, then I can come by myself. Do you want that? You want to go back home? All right, you're not going to harass me. You're not holding the money. So, as you can see, I just left the ATM machine. I pulled out cash. That way I just can see how much I'm spending. I am actually going to, what store do I need to go to? I want to try out Aldi. I haven't been in Aldi. But first I'm going to go to Walmart. All right, so you know my first stop is Walmart just because I love it here. And some of the things, like I'm going to mention a little later, are just more inexpensive when you shop at the big box stores like Walmart. Check. Good job.
This one.
y'all know I believe in letting Kennedy help, so I was actually scanning the groceries and she was bagging them. It just gives her a sense of like accomplishment, and also makes her feel like she actually did something when we went out. So I don't like let her sit inside the basket all the time unless she's like not feeling it that day. But for the most part, I make her be interactive in our grocery runs, so when we get home she actually felt like she went and did something. Let it go. Yeah, no, that's it. It's gonna give us some change. You can get it. It's gonna give us some change. Wait for it.
Please take your change. Cash is dispensed below the scanner.
Alright, so we just left Walmart. Didn't spend too much. I actually had more money than I thought I had to spend, but I just went ahead and spent only what I took out in cash, and I didn't even spend it all, as you can see. As you saw, I'm going to try out Aldi. I've never been to the Aldi over here. I'm going to try it out, but a part of me is like, girl, shouldn't you go to that store in the hood? But I got Kennedy with me, so we saw how that went yesterday. I ain't even going to do that. I'm just going to try out Aldi because I did save a quarter. So let's see how this goes. Well, I only have to get seafood, meat, and fruits. So everything else I got from here, because I found that when you go to the little discount stores and try to buy stuff that's like, this girl didn't even eat today. Anyway, when you go to the discount stores and you try to buy stuff like yogurt and things like that, it's way higher for some reason. So I'm just gonna go there for meat and things like that. Meat, seafood, and fruit. Here's a quarter, and you put the quarter in here. So here we are at Aldi. Yes, the prices, I guess, were okay. I don't know if they were the best. That store that I told you guys about, the store in the hood, Food Town, and even Jovi's, I feel like the prices were a lot better than at Aldi. But something like the ketchup, there was a decent price. And y'all know, I've been eating some ketchup. So some things were good. Other things were like, I guess, I felt like it was like the normal price of the grocery store. Let me know down below, do you shop at Aldi? And what do you think? Here. Put it in the basket. So we have just left Aldi and left our groceries inside of Aldi because, girl, the machines went down. Now, in my humble opinion, when the machines go down, baby, the stuff need to be free. You don't just set the people to the side. He rung up all the stuff and just set us to the side. You don't just set the people to the side, baby. This stuff is free. But that's not what they did. And who knows? Might bless me when I come back. They might bless me when I come back. But one of the ladies suggested, like, I'm about to just leave and go get cash and I'll come back. I said, that's a good idea. So I'm about to go leave and get cash and come back. But baby, if a Negro had a food stamp card, that'd have been a hard situation because the machine is down. Like, huh? So I think it was like 130 something. I don't know. It wasn't the cheapest though, just being honest. Swinging like a monkey.
Swinging like a monkey.
Nuh-uh, stop. Get up. And Tanzania, why you want all these people? So let me tell you a story. Don't judge me before you know the story. I'm sitting in the line. I go in Aldi just like everybody else. And my first time going to the grocery store, by the way. I go in there, and when I get to the register, the first lady, her transaction, this is so funny. I always find myself in something. Her transaction doesn't go through. The man's like, I'm gonna bring her to the next register. All fine and good. It's okay, whatever. So he brings her to the next register. And I said, do you want me to put my stuff on this belt? He says, yes, you can put your stuff on the belt. I said, okay. So he rings all the stuff up, $144.09 worth of stuff, by the way. How do I know that? Because I just had to get on the phone to bank and all that kind of stuff. So he puts all the stuff on the belt, rings it up. He said, well, you can sit to the side and you can start backing, you can start loading everything up. It's fine, whatever. And I said, okay, that's, I'm gonna load my stuff up. I'll sit here and wait, make sure the transaction went through. Cool, no biggie. Girl, I'm sitting there about 30 minutes. And then they start telling people, well, we're only accepting cash. Girl, I'm glad I'm not running from the police like how long the light is. Anyway, they tell people we only accepting cash. So they only start accepting cash. Well, one of the ladies in the line, I told y'all, she said, you know what, I'm just gonna leave and go get cash and then come back. And I said, you know what, that's a good idea. So I'm leaving, going to get the cash, and I'm talking on the phone with my husband. And he said, well, are you buying the groceries twice? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, Aldi just charged our bank card. So I said, okay, I'm thinking just a little pending transaction, whatever. Girl, no, a posted charge. Posted. And I said, okay, because my bank don't play. If it's pending, it's pending. If it's posted, it's posted. Straight up. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to just turn back around. Because obviously, if they saying that, where are her shoes? I know that sidewalk is high. If they're saying they got the money, then they got the money. So I get back to the store. Basically, they're like, we don't have the money. They're showing me these 3 transactions saying all 3 times you tried it, it declined. We don't have the money. I said, okay. So I looked at the bank app. And the bank app says, again, I showed the lady. It doesn't say pending. It says posted. And I show her the transactions that are actually pending. So she said, she comes out and all taking time, okay? I mean, it's 3:38 now. Remember what time it was when we got in here? It's 3:38. So all this taking time. She goes back in the office for 10 more minutes, come out. Well, the only thing that I can tell you is, call your bank. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'll call the bank and the bank will whatever. If it's false, the bank will let me know it's false. The bank said, well, unfortunately, we can't cancel the transaction. We can dispute it for you, but it'll take 7 to 10 business days and we have to investigate it. So while I'm calling my bank, I let the lady hear the banker, the teller, talk to her. I put on speakerphone so she could hear her, and they said, okay. She go back in the office 20, 30 more minutes. I said, ma'am, I have yogurt, and I'm not joking. You saw I just went shopping. I have yogurt and I have milk in my car. Like, at this point, you guys are about to write me a check for my groceries spoiling. Mind you, I'm talking fast and agitated right now because of how he came back out there as if I was just going to still be standing there with the groceries. Like, I'm not about to do this with you. So I was talking calm to them the whole time. I talked to my husband like, you need me to come up there? I'm like, no, honey, it's going to be okay. Nobody needs to come up nowhere. It's gonna be fine. And he's like, no, you need me to come and get the other groceries because they're melting. I hope this broccoli is not even cold anymore. I'm so annoyed. Anyway, and I'm like, okay, fine. She go back in the office. She said, well, he's on the phone with the help desk, and blah blah. And I said, okay. You on the phone with the help desk? We'll see what they say. He gonna talk to the district manager. Okay, see what they say. Everybody's saying, well, the thing said it was declined. And I'm saying the person who got the money, my bank is saying you. My bank saying, and it didn't do it 3 times. It's not like it's a fluke. It charged it 1 time. So where the money is in limbo, and even from a customer service standpoint, baby, if the money is in limbo, it's a limbo on your behalf at this point. The lady's like, well, she was very kind, and I feel like she was kind because I wasn't being loud and irate. She was like, if it was just a few things, I'd go ahead and give it to you. And I'm like, I understand, but at the end of the day, I can't leave out of this store without groceries that I paid for. And did I have money? Do I have money right now to pay for the groceries again? I did. It's the principle, though. The principle is that I paid for the groceries. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a part of me wanted to say like it's because I'm black and I'm not in a predominantly black area, and that may have a little bit to do with it. However, I talked to the lady, and in talking to the lady, she was very like, I was calm, like I said. So I think because I was calm, it lends someone else to be calm. That's why you gotta be careful when you're dealing in those kind of situations. She was like, it would be, the store manager's not even in. So it would be, my week to manage the store that this happened. This has never happened before. And I said, yeah, and it would be my first time coming to this store in the United States of America. This happens. I'm never gonna come back. I'll tell you that. Not to that location especially. And I said, okay, well, I understood. From that standpoint, I'm like, this is not even it's not even racist thing. It's like, oh my God, what are the odds that this will happen? Like, she don't want to get in trouble when her boss come back and say, did XYZ happen? I understand, 100% I understand. Like, I really do understand. But at the end of the day, you ain't trying to understand me. There was a guy in there. He was, he was a black man. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this a racial issue because it's not. But when you see, like don't act like you didn't know. And I told the lady the same thing, and she wasn't black. I'm like, come on. If you pay for groceries, and I'm not talking about $4, I'm talking about $144. If you spend $144 and someone told you, oh, I ain't get that money, you're gonna have to run that back to me again, you would look at them like they were crazy. So don't sit here and talk to me like, don't do that. And then I got Kennedy with me. Kennedy's getting restless. She hasn't eaten. So now you're being rude. So he came out there. She was like, well, he's on the phone. He came out there 2 times. And I felt the second time like he bullcrapping me up. Mind you, I'm talking on the phone with my husband. So I'm about to walk out. And before, I said I was going to walk out like 30 minutes. If I would have walked out too soon, it would have been the cause of a problem. If I'm not going to lie. Because that, you have to realize also when the enemy likes to give, like, it's an opportunity. That was also an opportunity for them to have the police out there and hit my black behind up. Because I'm not in between Normandy and Western. I'm in Western. Okay? It's not an in between. I'm not in the middle of over here and over there. I'm over there. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to give an opportunity to said enemy to have me hemmed up. However, when he came out there trying to bullcrap me, I'm like, dude. He said, well, I'll give you this piece of paper. Basically tell me to leave the groceries there. I said, I'll take the piece of paper, but I'm about to walk out of here. So do you want to keep the piece of paper or you want me to get? He was like, no, you can keep it. I said, okay, see. Like, I ain't trying. It's not like you're saying it like I came in this store with the intention to scam you. No, you're taking my money. You've taken my money and then gonna treat me like some common criminal. I'm over here standing on the side. People looking at me. And I didn't really care about people looking at me. I'm telling you, I was on my way to go get the cash. And when my husband said, what are you doing? They already charged it? I'm like, well, call me a fool. And this is one of those things. Remember, I told y'all, I used to be the person who just didn't like confrontation. Like, I would have took something like that and literally just been like, oh, I guess, I don't want to, I don't want to do that. Like, well, I don't want to tell them that. I'll just spend the extra money. No. So let me go home. Girl, what a grocery trip. Let me call my husband. So here is the refrigerator. Before we went to get groceries, don't mind my husband in the background. He had to stay in the line to get these funnel cakes, and he was doing a lot. And then this was really spur of the moment, only because I was thinking about getting box braids, and I said, girl, snap out of it. Let me go get me a perm, change this hairdo around. I know, you ain't seen a perm in a long time, baby. I ain't seen a perm in a long time either, okay? But I went ahead and get Dark and Lovely because it's usually the perm. It's either Dark and Lovely or ORS. I think it's by Olive Oil. I thought that African Pride one was the ORS one, but it wasn't. So I went ahead with Dark and Lovely. And I would tell you that I do really love the results. I'm glad I went ahead and did it. I probably should have did it as soon as I cut my hair off. But, you're going to see here in a second. It's a different look, but I'm loving it. So here's the hair. As you can see, this is my hair combed out. It does get curly when I wet it, but honey, it's very dense. My hair is very, very dense. So when I went ahead and put the relaxer on it, you're going to see it still has curl to it because it is so dense. But honey, it's like a whole different deal. And here's the perm. It actually started raining while I had to perm my hair. Girl, the lights went off and I had to relax in my hair. Could you imagine the horror? You can't even see. It is going crazy out here. Hold on, let's see. I'm scared. And here is the finished product. See, still a little curly. I could actually wear it like this, but I went ahead and slicked it down. All right, and here we are the next day. This was right before my shift. I actually probably should have just been out the door instead of making this pizza with Kennedy. But hey, I told her we're gonna make pizzas, so we went ahead and made pizzas. If you want to make like cheap pizzas and your kids really love them, using this method with the biscuit as the dough, honey, works every time. They're delicious. I actually made these in home ec when I was like in middle school. That's where I got this idea from, and she loved them. Perfect.
mostly sunny skies. You can expect more of the same today, with a high of 97 degrees and a low of 80 degrees. By the way, there's a heat advisory in effect until Friday, June 23rd, 10 p.m.
Now this is actually before my shift, so a little after 1. It's my last meal for the day, and I went ahead and ate something really hearty because it's a lot of work, child. Hello. It's 3:06, and what does that mean? That means I'm late. I'm late. Girl, look, wait, hold on. If the hair's not done, it's literally just I took the thing off, but I'm late. So last night, as you saw, it was like a little stormy situation. We didn't think it was nothing, but all of the lights on this little stretch of highway, most of them are out. It's like toward down here, the lights are actually coming back on. I talked to my mom. She said her lights just came on a little while ago. They got trees down. Like, girl, it was a whole situation. So hopefully Amazon is gracious and they understand. I doubt it, since it's all it's all ran by a computer. If not, I do have some extra hours, so that's fine. But we're gonna see. We'll see how this is gonna go. Because I think, like, if you come in, I know, I just don't know how it works, like, if you keep working. If you come in after 5 minutes past the time you're supposed to clock in, so clocking was at 3 o'clock. If you come in at 3:06, you might as well, like, not clock in, because they're going to take a whole hour. But I don't know if they're going to actually pay you for, the minutes, if that makes any sense. I'll ask when I get there. Because I'm not working and not being paid. That's not the thing. But I'll talk to y'all after I'm done. I'll show y'all some of the trees down. I saw people's gates were down and everything. It's kind of, I'm like, I didn't think it was that serious. I mean, the lights was out and stuff, but dang, girl. So here are the stats. I had a little over 900 steps before I left the house, just to give you an idea of how much walking you do. And also here is my anytime pay stats. This is only 50%, remember, so times that by 2, and that's how much I got paid for the 4.5 hours. But 37 of those dollars are actually available immediately after shift. Like, as soon as you clock out, the money's ready. I actually had to stop by Walgreens, because I don't think I told y'all this, but the thing that I got last night, the oil sheen, girl, when the last time you seen oil sheen, it didn't have the little thing on it, so I just returned it. And good thing, because I paid using cash, good thing I used the rewards thing, because I don't know, he could have not given it to me because I didn't have the receipt either. So I'm headed home now. I'm a little hungry, but I'm trying to just make myself a little water. Now, I know it looks like me and Kennedy be doing a lot, and we kind of do, but she has been asking to go to Bounce and Bears literally for weeks since I was at the daycare. So this morning I went ahead and took her to Bounce and Bears. They would really be jumping during the summertime and any off time, so I went ahead and got up early. I think we made it around 11 o'clock. We stayed there for a little over an hour. She played with some friends. It was a good time. To her, I just did a lot of sitting down. And then after we left, well, girl, on the way out the door, she wanted to buy these little squishies. They were $1 each, no tax. So I was like, okay, cool beans. And then we headed over to McDonald's and then the Dollar Tree. I did want to pick up some stuff from the Dollar Tree for the classroom as well before, all the teachers get in there and start taking all the stuff. So we did pick up quite a few things. But I could not leave this little jungle theme one because it matches my decor. And then at the register, I also saw these. It's like a honey pot dupe. And we're all done. We're headed home. Honey, it's fun playing with my girl. But it ain't cheap, okay? I'm back at home and I'm in my work clothes, aka my pajamas, and I just want to close this video off by saying, just giving you a word of encouragement as always. I realize that it's really difficult to believe that you have the authority to take the territory, but you do. I realize that it's difficult to believe that your situation could ever be different than it is right now, but you need to believe it. You know why you need to believe it? Because you get the victory in your mind before it ever shows up in your life. So if you never believe it in your mind, you literally will never have it. It doesn't matter how much I pray for you. Don't matter how much you pray for yourself. It doesn't matter how much you watch people and you believe it for other people. If you never believe it in your mind, for yourself, for your life, for your situation, you'll never get it. And that is the grim reality that some people, you could watch these videos all day long. And you could be admiring someone else's life and you never realize that you can get it for yourself. And I'm not saying you can mirror my life, because you don't want to mirror my life. That means you will have to mirror my struggle. That means that everything that I've been through up until now, you will have to go through. And you don't want to do that. I don't want you to do that. However, you've had something that you've went through something in your own life that you also don't want anyone to mirror. Can you just walk forward and show them what it looks like to get victory over that? What it looks like to get victory over, family drama, being stabbed in your back. What it looks like to get victory over feeling like you've been alone all your life. What it looks like to get victory over being molested at a young age, being left behind, being in foster care. Can you show people what it looks like to get victory over the area? i.e. claiming the territory. And so I realized that, baby, the people are real. I'm getting people now coming in just for massage. Like, you guys are looking for massage videos. I will tell you, it's the quickest way for you to get hidden from the channel. I don't really block people, but I can't see your comments and no one else can see them either. If you just refuse to get with the program. Because if you refuse to get with my program, I can already assume that you refuse to get with your own program, and therefore I can help you. You hear people say all the time, baby, Jesus couldn't even heal people. He could not heal people who did not want to be healed. My channel is for people who are ready. The woman that is ready, a ready woman who say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of letting what they did to me, what happened to them, it's like a continuation. The sick and tired woman. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk to the sick and tired woman. Because I became a sick and tired woman. You know how I changed my life? And changed my mind? I became a sick and tired woman. And I looked around and I said, this cannot be. This isn't it. Despite what anybody else said, I believed that this wasn't it, and it wasn't. And this isn't it. I want you to get sick and tired, so sick and tired of being sick and tired, so sick and tired of that situation that you refuse to do anything but change it. And baby, let me tell you one thing about it. Taking the territory is not easy. When I think now, just looking back, and they say hindsight is 20/20. Hindsight is also my testimony. Hindsight is also a blessing if I'm willing to open my mouth and share it, right? But if I think about all the things that I've been through, if I think about the teenage pregnancy, if I think about the adoption, if I even think about more recent things like me going off to the military and literally being ostracized, I didn't feel the need to tell you guys in grimy details everything that happened, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from anything, because your journey isn't my journey. But I realized every single time a weapon was formed, every single time I went in a battle, like a battle in life, I was taking the territory. There is no territory taken without a war being won. And I want you to begin to look at your life, whatever area it is that you just have a problem in, and you think this is never gonna end. It happened to my mama, it happened to her mama, and look at it happened to me. I already see it happen to my children. The cycle's continuing. I want to tell you that you have the ability to disrupt the cycle. But it's not going to be cute. It's not going to be people liking you. Girl, the family was mad, big mad. Mad, how could she ever? I was told that I would never be forgiven. I was told I would never be talked to again. I was told, girl, bye. That's what they told it to me. Not only did it actually happen, but they said it to my face over the phone because I wasn't there. And there was a moment in time where I said, man, I won't have a home. I won't have anything to be a part of. I'll be alone. No family. Family's always supposed to be there for you. I won't have any of that. And at some point between that decision and the decision that none of it mattered, I had to make a decision. And we're talking 10, 11 years ago. 10, 11, 12 years ago. We're talking about a long time before I actually get to see what territory I took by making up my mind, baby, this ain't about to end like this. This is not going to end like this. It's not going to end in the same defeat. It won't. I'm going to take the territory. And I want you to know, just like God told me last year, you keep sitting there thinking that it's only for them and it's not for you and you'll never get it. But the moment you realize that God is not, he don't have favorites. Now, does he give favor? He does. Because some people simply don't want to do the work. But he's no respecter of persons. That means if it happens for them, it can happen for you. Once you get that in your mind, you let people talk about you and you keep moving. You keep moving. And I want you to do that. I want you to keep moving. Because you have territory to take for your family, for generations, for other women, for other people. And some people be like, girl, I don't even have no kids. Girl, it's not just about having kids. There's somebody that came before you that struggled, that had a struggle that you were supposed to complete. They went through a battle. And they were banking on you to be the solution for the next generation. They were banking on you to run your leg of the race. How dare you sit down and quit? Girl, you can't quit. You need to get up. You guys, I'm not going to be on the soapbox in this video. I was supposed to come on here and end the video, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got work to do, okay? I know you think like, Tinsney, haven't you already been working? Girl, no. A package just left. I got stuff to do. More classroom stuff I just bought, all that kind of good stuff. But I wanted to come in here and say that to you, just in case you think that I'm just making videos just because I feel like making videos. No, baby, I'm trying to encourage you to take the daggone territory. Stop complaining. Take the territory. All right? As always, if you have a question, ask a question, and I'll see you in the next video.